Welcome to our podcast on newly found Pfas in the Great Lakes. Per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, also known as Pfas, are a group of man-made chemicals that include PFOA, Gen X, and many other chemicals. Pfas have been manufactured and used in a variety of industries around the globe, including the United States in the 1940s. These are chemicals used to make products resistant to oil, water, and heat. Pfas are found in a wide range of consumer products that people use daily, such as cookware, pizza boxes, and stain repellents. Most people have been exposed to Pfas. Certain Pfas can accumulate and stay in the human body for long periods of time. There is evidence that exposure to Pfas can lead to adverse health outcomes in humans. Pfas can also be found in food, packaged in Pfas-containing materials, processed with equipment that use Pfas or grown in Pfas-contaminated soil or water, commercial household products, including stain and water repellent fabrics, non-stick products, polishes, waxes, paints, cleaning products, and firefighting foams. Workplaces, including production facilities or industries that use Pfas. Drinking water, typically localized and associated with specific facilities such as manufacturer, landfill, and water treatment plants. Living organisms, including fish, animals, and humans, where Pfas have the ability to build up and persist over time. Although Pfas are no longer manufactured in the United States, they are still produced internationally and can be imported into the United States in consumer goods such as carpet, leather, apparel, textiles, paper and packaging, coatings, rubber, and plastic. Pfas are called emerging contaminants because they are still being studied. The carbon fluoride bonds in Pfas are very robust and don't break down in the environment. There is evidence that exposure to Pfas can lead to adverse human health effects.
If humans ingest PFAS, either by eating or drinking food or water that contains PFAS, the PFAS is absorbed and can accumulate in the body. PFAS stays in the human body for long periods of time. As a result, as people get exposed to PFAS from different sources over time, the level of PFAS in their bodies may increase to the point where they suffer from adverse health effects. Studies indicate that PFAS can cause reproductive and developmental, liver and kidney, and immunological effects in laboratory animals. Both chemicals have caused tumors in animal studies. The most consistent findings from human epidemiology studies are increased cholesterol levels among exposed populations, with more limited findings related to infant birth weights, effects on the immune system, cancer, and thyroid hormone disruption. There are a variety of ways that people can be exposed to these chemicals and at different levels of exposure. For example, people can be exposed to low levels of PFAS through food, which can become contaminated through contaminated soil and water that was used to grow the food packaging that contained PFAS, and equipment that used PFAS during food processing.
Emerging problems in Michigan center around recent discoveries of Pfas deposits being found in the Great Lakes. Pfas is deposited into the Great Lakes mostly via wastewater treatment plants. An example of this can be seen in a Lapeer wastewater plant that received wastewater from Lapeer plating and plastics that contained trace amounts of Pfas. The wastewater tested positive for Pfas in levels ranging from 12,000 to 19,000 parts per trillion. Partly due to this data, in 2015, Pfas was banned in the use that Lapeer plating and plastics was utilizing it, but that didn't stop the chemical from continuing to make its way into bodies of water in Michigan. In 2017, Pfas was found in stormwater runoff near the same Lapeer plant, measuring 760 to 1,200 parts per trillion. Further, Pfas has been measured in blood and liver tissue samples of fish, birds, and mammals in the Great Lakes region. When it comes to hard data for the aqueous concentrations of these compounds in the Great Lakes, there is a lack of cemented evidence. Out of 16 Great Lakes water samples that were analyzed, 8 tested positive for Pfas. So while there aren't large concentrations of Pfas in the Great Lakes yet, it still has definitely made at least some impact. There is no denying the fact that Pfas is in the Great Lakes right now, and not enough has been done yet to stop this unloading from occurring.
Some Michigan politicians like Winnie Brinks, representing Grand Rapids, have tried heightening awareness and even proposing increased regulation of industries that have produced Pfas. Unfortunately, so far all the proposed legislation or calls for hearings have been ignored. The average person can do a number of things to encourage progress on the issue. One could spread awareness through conversation or social media about the issue, contact their representatives in government demanding action, or even contact the companies responsible for pollution and ask them to increase their efforts to diminish or eliminate the output of PFAS into the environment.